Happy Friday. Welcome to another episode of Free Game Friday. It's attorney Ashley Goggins coming to you with another question that was submitted at www.freegamefriday.com. If you have any family law questions, you can submit them, even if you're a female, even if you are a father or a mother, a grandmother, an aunt, or a concerned citizen. Please submit your questions to www.freegamefriday.com, and I will come here every Friday and answer some of those questions that were submitted. If you know any fathers out there, if you have any friends, family members that need information on family law rights, make sure you share this out. I appreciate all of the shares. I'm going to go ahead, and you know how we do, take this time to share it out to our pages. Make sure anyone isn't missing this. This may be good for any moms you know or wives you know that may, be married to someone that's on child support. Let me close my door. They may be married to someone that's on child support. So I'm just going to go ahead and share this out. I want you to share this again on your page. Share this with a father. Share this with a mother, a wife, a husband. Hey, things happen. It's Friday night. We're going to get into today really talking about taxes as well. Tax implications with a married couple when one of the spouses is on child support. So if you are married or you know someone that is married and their significant other or their spouse that they are married to is on child support, they may want to watch this. They may want to just watch this. So our question today is coming from a mother that submitted I feel like it's pretty common. Nothing really surprises me in family law. Nothing really surprises me at all when it comes to family law. Not anymore. So this is pretty common, unfortunately. And it's very simple to answer. She wanted to know, as you can see, she wants to know if she still can put the father on child support, basically, even if he doesn't have anything to do with the child, even if he doesn't sign the birth certificate. You can literally put anybody's name on the birth certificate in terms of having the last name of the father. You can put anybody you want on child support in Florida. You can write it down that he's allegedly the father, and what the Department of Revenue will do is they will summons him to court. If he has to take a paternity test and does not acknowledge that he is the father of the child, then he'll take a DNA test. If it's his, he'll be required to support the child because that's the law in Florida. If it's not his, he will not be required to pay. In terms of whether his wife would be kept from being around the child, well, if he is found to be the father, he's going to have the right to have his child around his wife. The court system values marriage. The systems are in favor and the laws are in favor of those who are married. So he will be able to exercise time sharing if he wants to, and his wife will be allowed to be around the child, provided that she doesn't hurt the child or provided that she does not, abuse the child or, there aren't any allegations like that. You really wouldn't be able to keep the child away from his wife because that's your child's stepdaughter. So it happens. So if you have a child from a married man, then your child now has a father that was married to someone else at the time. And if that mother or wife wants to accept the new baby, hey, that's the stepmom. Welcome to the family. They're going to have the same last name. So there isn't I don't see any way that you could keep her unless there's some type of abuse or anything like that. Now, there may be somebody out here that has a husband that is on child support and you may be concerned with it being tax time. I'm going to talk about two things. We're going to talk about the tax exemption and we're going to talk about filing jointly. Generally, the spouse's income is not a factor. Well, it's not a factor in determining the child support calculation. So say, for instance, the wife was married when the paternity petition was sent to the father. They would not use her income to calculate what he has to pay. You know, they will use what he makes. So she could be a doctor, she can be like this boss babe, she could be a millionaire or whatever. If that were the case, he could have no job. You know, he could have no job, but you can kind of work around that. Generally, if someone doesn't have a job, they'll impute minimum wage, but he may be living this lavish lifestyle. He may be, you know, like balling out, you know, and you like, you know, my child has a right to live, you know, a comparable lifestyle of both of the parents. So you could try to have the income increase imputed onto him. So you can say, well, he is 35 years old. There's nothing wrong with him. He's not disabled. Looks like he's doing pretty well to me. He got an education. You know, they over there living in this big house. Why can't he make $18 an hour? Why can't he make $20 an hour? Or maybe his wife is taking care of him and she's doing a really good job of taking care of him. So maybe you can impute more than minimum wage. Maybe his education and experience and his lifestyle allows you to impute. That's something that is litigated a lot of times. So you don't have to just accept the minimum wage standard. So that's something to think about. Now, generally, like I said, in Florida, the income of the spouse is not used or calculated in the original calculation of child support. Now, say for instance that you guys decide to file joint together. So it's tax time. You like, yes, we married. Like, we're going to combine our income and get some of these tax benefits of being together. You file joint together. Well, what if he has arrearages and back pay? A lot of times this has happened before, that his arrearages and his back pay is taken out of y'all income tax refund. Then you have to petition the IRS to get your half back. Who got time for that? Who got time for that? Nobody got time for that. So be careful about filing. I mean, I don't want the IRS coming for me, but be careful about filing joint and back pay and arrearages, because depending on the child support order, the arrearages are the back pay that the spouse may have, because it could be the mama. If she's a millionaire, she might owe back pay. I don't know. But it can be taken out of the IRS. But you can, like I said, you can file a petition to get your half back that you're entitled to. But that will be subject to a recalculation. And by then, you're going to be sick. Just to be honest, you're going to be sick. Nobody has time for that. We all, when I check, you don't have time for that. So just try to prevent that prior to, okay? Try to prevent that prior to. That's something you want to ask somebody before you guys start to file joint, because it could be all kind of implications. You can find out about kids that you never found out about. Like, nobody has time for that. So don't have me out here filing joint with you, combining our incomes, trying to create this generational wealth and this legacy, and my whole income tax taken away, and I had already planned in my mind how I wanted to spend all my money, and it's gone. Now, baby mama finna be over here living life luxurious like we was all year long. Y'all, that's just, I just couldn't imagine. So be careful, okay? Be careful about that. Be careful about it, sis, okay? Also, if you are the wife and your husband has a child outside of the marriage, and you're in this situation like the young lady, you may be on the other side, okay, more power to you. You can make sure that your husband get his time sharing rights, because some husbands, they hide it. They hide it and they don't acknowledge it. Meanwhile, every year they're accumulating child support because they're not paying it. Next thing you know, y'all going on a family vacation, his license suspended for child support. And now he got a purge that you got to spend your money, your hard-earned money, to get him out of jail and pay the purge amount to his baby mama that you didn't even know about. So communicate with each other, okay? That's my little mediation. Make sure you guys are communicating with each other. The other thing, fathers, if you are on child support, moms, if you are on child support, you guys can alternate each year that you file the tax exemption, okay? And you get credit for that. On your year when you don't file the child, you get credit on your child support. On the year when the father or the other parent is claiming the child for that year, you'll get credit for that. So you alternate. See, it's joint. Especially if you have 50-50 time sharing or joint time sharing, you should also have tax exemption every other year. Every other year. Every other year. You should make sure. And if you don't, you need to go and get a modification. Because that's big. That's big. And if you have 2 children, one parent files one parent files the other. If you have 3 children, alternate. 1 year somebody gets 2, 1 year somebody gets 1. And then you flip-flop back and forth, back and forth. These are some of the things that people don't think about, but it matters, especially if you're taking care of your child and you're paying child support and you have your child half of the year, you're entitled to that. And the IRS knows all about this stuff. Anybody got any questions about that? So, hey, make sure you have an open line of communication. We're going to follow up back on what we said earlier. Make sure you keep an open line of communication with your husbands and your spouses and your significant others about their financial status, about their arrearages in their back pay status, about any possible mistresses or baby mamas that they may have out here. Keep an open line of communication, okay? We don't want any slip-ups. What if the wife has an injunction on the outside baby mama? If the wife has an injunction on the outside baby mama, the child can still, depending on the type of injunction, the child can still go over to the house. That has nothing to do with the mom. The mom just don't need to be at the substation. The wife and the mom don't need to be together at pickup time. But generally, when the 2 women have injunctions against each other, that's just against them 2, not against the child. Oh, that's very common, girl. Very common. Normally, it's just against them 2. So, wife can still pick up child from school. Wife can still, do whatever it was she's going to do. Dress them, do her hair. Because very rarely do courts talk about doing each other's hair. So, don't be mad when the wife who do hair do your baby hair. That's petty. Nobody got time for that. You should have thought about who was going to be doing your baby hair. No, you know what? Never mind. Never mind. It's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. She put the injunction on the husband too. Well, God, no. Well, she put the injunction on the husband too, then there's going to have to be a third party that does pick up and drop off. My goodness. See, y'all don't let nobody put any injunctions up on you. Like, don't lay down on injunctions. Do not. Do not. Especially if there was no, no findings that warrant somebody being on an injunction. That's ridiculous. And a lot of times, if she put it on the husband too, then he picks up from school, after school, from extended day or daycare, and drop off back to school. So if he got weekends, he pick up on Friday from after school care, or pick up in the drive-through line at 2:55, and then drop the baby back off in the morning. He don't got to see her. He could take, little Bobby can take his little book back to school with his overnight clothes. Or if his mama balling like she say he is, or the baby mama thinks she is, he probably got a full closed bunk beds at the rich wife house and all that. I got time for that. Pampers. Okay, Nicole, we got Pampers, we got onesies, we got milk, we got the good milk over here at our house. We don't need to meet you. We'll pick them up from daycare. Pick them up from daycare and drop them off on our weekend. I'd be so spotty if I wouldn't even be in that situation. I wouldn't even be in that situation. Any other questions? Any other questions? Let me make sure I don't have any anonymous wives questions. The tax exemption was one. Be careful about filing joint, girl. We done took your whole taxes. And y'all be on the same couch I was on last year. Can't even get no new furniture. Meanwhile, baby mama got bunk beds for all her kids. Yes. She done won. None of her other baby daddies paid child support, but when he got with you, girl, life never knew it was that sweet. Oh, what, girl, you missed it. When they file joint, that means that their incomes are combined. So if he has any back pay or arrearages based on his child support order, they can take his child support refund. And she would have to petition the court to get her portion back. Filing child support and baby daddy lives with baby mama. Filing child support and baby daddy lives with, oh. Well, if they're not married, you can do that. But you can file a motion to terminate. I have one right here where Department of Revenue, they did agree to terminate when they found out that they were living together. And he was taking care of the child at the time. Now, if they separate and they are no longer living together at the time, even though you guys have lived together for the last 2 years, they still can award arrearages and back pay for the last 2 years if you have no proof or nobody standing up for you or nobody defending you. That happens all the time. Been together 13, 14 years living together. She goes to child support and says that you have not been in the child's life, and they award back pay. And sometimes when they award back pay, it's not even the right amount. They may be awarding back pay based on what you make now. You may be up in life making $20, $30 an hour. Or you got a job at UPS and you finally on the truck and you balling now, but you started off working 4 hours, 20 hours a week at UPS in high school. So they should have been giving you that $8.25 or whatever you was making back yonder. Now you up on the truck, she put you on child support. Your arrears just sky high with the wrong amount for the last 2 years. Y'all need to stop sleeping with married men, and you won't be in this position unless your goal is, what it says, see more. What I can't see what it says. Unless your goal is to get more child support. What? Unless your goal is what? Well, Catherine Neal, honey, I'm just answering the questions. Back pay, are you paying the state back? The baby mama? Back pay, are you paying the state? I can't. Back pay, are you paying the state or the baby mama? Oh, well, it depends. If it was for, sometimes back pay is for public assistance that was received. Sometimes it's for money owed to the mom that hasn't been paid. Good question, girl. See, I love you coming here on Fridays. It depends. She said to get more money. Oh, sis, probably be. I don't know, though. I'm not there, so I don't know. We talking about the question. You're gonna have to watch the replay. You're gonna have to watch the replay. Well, I'll see y'all again. Had a long day. Long day. I'll see y'all next Friday. If you have any questions, I'm taking them from men and women, grandmothers. I got a lot of grandmother courses. Next week might be dedicated to grandmas. Bless y'all heart. Bless y'all heart. Bless y'all heart. Yeah, I think next week gonna be for grandmas. Next week is gonna be for grandmas that's taking care of these kids, and they want to know if they can get child support. So submit your questions, www.freegamefriday.com. Every Friday we're here. Every Friday we're here answering someone's question about some family law matter that they have, or their friend has, or their coworker has, or someone anonymously has. Okay, so I will see you guys back again. Remember to share this out. You never know. There may be a wife that's thinking about this same thing. There may be a husband that wants to hide the baby. I don't know. There may be a mistress. I don't know. There may be somebody at home that needs this information, okay? And we want to be proactive in 2019. We want open lines of communication all year long, okay? All right. See y'all next week.